What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's main event between Dricus Du Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev, UFC 319. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it, we got Dricus Du Plessis defending his belt against Khamzat Chimaev, the middleweight division, in a fight, man, where, I mean, how the fuck is anybody really gonna predict this, right? You have DDP, who has gotten his ass kicked all the way to the title. You know, he gets his ass kicked to victory every single time, except his last fight with Strickland. That was very decisive, but he doesn't do anything correct. He's just a berserker. He is like, you could just see it. Like, the second he gets on top of these guys, like, he has like this different kind of strength where these dudes just tap out fucking immediately. You saw that with Izzy. We saw that with Darren Till. Oh, I feel like there's another one we saw that with. And he's just got freakish power. Like the Marcus Perez fight, he folded like a fucking lawn chair, and it looked like Dricus didn't even land that hard. I think the Trevin Giles fight as well. So we get very peculiar case, very peculiar champion, but now, I mean, he is impossible to deny the way that he's beaten all these guys. Robert Whitaker, Izzy, who the fuck? Strickland twice. Well, the first one, I thought he lost, but the way that he's been able to especially bounce back from that, you can't deny him anymore. And now that he's kind of been able to just, like, retard strength himself into like all these really good positions. You see, like, he's so fucking strong, and you see it, like the way he's built. The guy he looks like he walks around like he's about 230, 240. It's insane. So to sit here talk about his technique, that's a waste of time. You know, but it's all about this guy. I mean, grit, heart, will, determination. That I just need to name that my show now at this point, I think. Fuck the mustache. He just wants it more, you know, and he goes out there and bullies these guys, marches forward. You would never think that, like, Dricus Du Plessis would be the guy to make Sean Strickland and Izzy cry, like, effortlessly too. Like, the guy's so good on the mic too, like, effortlessly. It's wild. It's fucking wild. But here he's taking on Khamzat Chimaev, who has been considered the boogeyman of the UFC for quite some time. I mean, a guy that people talk about being a 3-weight class champion. I think if you asked me this question 2 years ago, I think that would have been a real possibility of him being a 3-weight class champion. But I just don't think he's going to make welterweight again. And I don't think that, I don't think he'd win 205. I think he'd be competitive. I think he might have a chance, you know, just because of his wrestling. I think he might have a chance. But no, I don't. And I think the Robert Whitaker fight looked amazing until you found out that that was a pre-existing injury. His health, like, Khamzat can win this fight, but him as a champion is a scary thought because you just don't know what's going to happen with him health-wise. His body fails him. It's not his fault, right? We can't get mad at Khamzat. It's just his body fails him, right? It's weird. Everybody has their Achilles. So it's going to be a weird thing if we have Khamzat Chimaev as their middleweight champion. And he can very well do it. He can go out there. First 5 minutes of any fight, Khamzat Chimaev is, you know, probably a top 7 guy in the world, pound for pound, I think, honestly, in the first 5 minutes. But once that passes, I think if Whitaker would have lasted going into that second round, I think we would have had a totally different fight. But that wasn't the case, and that's not reality. But I think Dricus Du Plessis, everything that he's been able to show, yeah, like, Khamzat might be able to find some success early on in the fight and get some takedowns, but Dricus is not going to accept any of those things. I see him having fantastic scrambles. And if he can get through that first round, I think he's going to go out there and fight a decisive victory, like, legitimately. Now, Khamzat can go out there and surprise everybody, me again, because I feel like it won't be much of a surprise for anybody else. I feel like everybody else is kind of rooting for him to win this fight, but I think Dricus is going to go out there and I think he's going to win. I do. I think it's just going to be. I think he's just going to be more prepared. I think he's just going to be bigger, stronger, and I think yeah. And I think by rounds 3, 4, we're going to see Khamzat not being the same guy anymore. I think his gas tank is going to dwindle. You know, we've seen Dricus not look so good cardio-wise, but I think that's more of like a physical look. I think he's able to push through that more than most guys are. So I think at the end of the day, I think we're going to have Dricus Du Plessis getting his hand raised by stoppage. Now, what round? I don't know. Probably about 3 or 4. Maybe even the 5th round. But I definitely see that happening. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that. Dricus Du Plessis, victory by stoppage. All right, guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys have Khamzat? Do you guys have Dricus? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts for this special main event, this title fight. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.